So went to the Saturday farmers market in Salem, the nearest big town to us, and got a few plants. Not as many as I could have bought, but we took my husband's car, not my car, which has way more room. But I'll show you what we got. We also got some vegetables as well, but here's the plants we got. So first we've got these two garas. It's really pretty. It's got two different colors of pink, a light, a bright, mixed in with white. You can't see the brightness of the pink here, but it's so much prettier in person than on the camera. Now, the tag says it gets 32 inches high and 14 inches wide. But as you can see here, it's already wider than 14 inches. So take that tag with a grain of salt. That Rosie Gara was called Rosie Jane. And then over here, we've got this hardy fuchsia, and we are going to plant it over here on this section because this is the side that gets the most shade. So it'll get some afternoon shade over here in this corner. This red coleus here has grown so big, so wide, I'm going to have to probably cut some of it out in order to be able to plant the fuchsia where I'm going to put it long term, because I want to plant it right there in front of that rock. So I'm probably going to have to clip that section of coleus off. I don't want to cut it, but it's pretty far back there.
I see that. Depends on where you want it. Wow, Silver Falls, that contour, holy cow.
I love this area.
This is so...
It's actually my favorite. So this hardy fuchsia, I'm not sure if it came with a tag. If it did come with a tag, then it got lost somewhere along the way. So unfortunately, I don't know the exact type of hardy fuchsia this is. However, most hardy fuchsias are in zones from 6 to 11. So if you live in a colder zone, this probably will not work for you. And they need shade, especially afternoon shade. So give it a little sun in the morning and then make sure they've got shade in the afternoon, and it will probably do fine. This is the first time I've tried to grow a hardy one, so we'll see how it does for us this year, hoping it does all right. And as you can see here, we kept pouring dirt, and it was because it was quite a big pot and we weren't sure, exactly how deep it was supposed to go. And so we overshot it big time. And so we kept having to put dirt in the hole, try it, measure it again. Nope, still weight coming up short. Put more dirt in the hole. Nope, more dirt in the hole. Nope. So that's what you see us doing here, is we're just basically wrestling the plant and trying to get the right amount of dirt. So once the plant is in the hole, it's level up with the ground. We did amend it here with a little bit of soil, but this ground is just so hard here with this red clay. We need to put so many layers of compost on this. We just need to continue to keep adding layers of compost, and hopefully the Gara will do all right. Okay, so update number 2 on our hibiscus plant. As you can see, there are 2 now. The original one was this perfect storm, the summerific perfect storm, and that was planted right here, right where this gopher hole was. This is the third hole the gopher has dug in that spot. The first one, our first update, we gave you an update about the hibiscus not doing very well and gopher getting to it. And so we were going to put a trap in, which we did. And that worked for 2 weeks until it decided to go around and dig another hole right kind of on this side where the pot is over there. And so it totally avoided the trap and still got to the plant from the other side. And instead of putting another trap in and just constantly putting traps in, my husband decided, let's just put these in pots. So that's what we did. And there's a car coming, so okay. Car gone. So that's what we did. We put the plant in a pot because we didn't want to have to keep fighting with the gopher and keep putting more traps all the while this plant is kind of slowly suffering the roots getting eaten. And it does look tons better. It still has a long way to go, but it looks so much better than it did. So hopefully it continues to get better. Now the specifics on this perfect storm plant, summerific perfect storm, the zone is 4 to 9. It can get a height to 3 feet, but it's going to get much wider. The width is going to be 4.5 to 5 feet. So eventually we are probably going to have to take it out of this pot. But for now it should be okay for at least a year, if not 2. And we're just going to have to wait until we get some money to hire a professional to take care of these gophers. Dexter, you're neglecting your duty. You need to go get that mole or the gopher. I think it's a gopher. It's an open hole, so I'm pretty sure it's a gopher. But so this new hibiscus that my husband bought, he picked it up at the garden center because just in case the first one didn't make it, he's like, well, I think I'll just pick another one up. And this kind is the summerific edge of night. They both have the dark foliage on it. That's why he picked this one up. This one is a little bit darker or brighter pink than the perfect storm is going to be with the blooms, but both of the foliage is dark. That's why he picked out this one. I was like, good job, hon. Anyway, so the edge of night specifics, it's also zones 4 to 9, and the height is going to be, can get a little taller than this one. Perfect storm is 3 feet, whereas this edge of night is 3 to 3.5. And the width, though, on this edge of night is not going to be as wide. It's only going to get 4 to 4.5 feet wide, whereas the perfect storm was 4.5 to 5 feet. So it's still going to be wider than tall. Both of them are that way, but for now, they're going to work in their pots. They were, this one, first one, perfect storm, was getting enough water. It was definitely the mole that was destroying it because it looks better than it did. And we are giving everything extra water today because it's supposed to be hot. It's 10 o'clock and it's already hot. It's supposed to get almost 100 today, which for us here on the west side is hot. And I can always feel the dew points a little up today as well because I'm sticky, which normally I don't get that way. So anyways, I'm gonna head inside before it gets any hotter. Just thought I'd give you an update number 2 on the hibiscus and the gopher. Well, I guess my cat is doing his best. He got another one. I'm not sure if this is a gopher or a mole. It's fairly big if it's a mole, but it's a little furry and dark gray to be a gopher, so I don't know. He is a big one though. Good job, Dex. Thanks for watching, and until next time, feed the pollinators for me.